What is that noise? Moneyball, is that you?
I think that's Moneyball.
What is
What
that
was it?
noise?
Yep.
It's
there it
you.
is.
What are you doing over there? You're like running
Every
around.
IT guy. You have one job.
I was gonna say it sounds like there's like little, monkeys or something in the background.
He has one of those.
For
He
you.
has one of those like mouse movers. You know how companies track to see if you're actually like during COVID if you were working, and then you would put your mouse on the mouse mover so it would move it every 30 seconds like a.
Yeah, well, this one sounds like it's running into the wall or something. I don't know what's going on over there. Hey,
I don't
Pax,
tell you.
welcome. It's the SLT minus a couple of guys. Power Clean is in a plane somewhere on his way back, I believe, from DC because he ran the Marine Corps Marathon. Why, you ask? Because he does not love himself. No, just kidding. He said it was flooded with F3 guys. Super exciting time to be up there. They were a little worried it was going to get canceled with the government being shut down and whatnot, but apparently it ran, so that's awesome. Super pumped for him. I think this is his second marathon. Huck, you bullied him. I mean, EH'd him into his first one, right?
He did. He ran City of Trees last year. He PR'd that one. He did not PR this past weekend, though. I know that.
I think PR for me would be like didn't die. Oh, and I didn't die again. That would be like, oh, look at that. Nice job.
And if you look at Strava, he always runs long. He always goes like 27 miles. So that's where he is.
Maybe that's why I didn't PR because
Power
he
Clean.
ran an extra mile. But who knows?
Well, I'll share this with Helmet. Over the weekend, I posted with a group here in the Charlotte area called Silver Bullet. And
Hey,
I mean,
I know the bullets.
you talk about OGs. These guys are in their 80s, and I got a total, I think, of maybe like 0.4 miles in. But we did a lot of band work.
There you go.
Yeah, and I kind of doubled up on some things, but great group.
So walking to the flag back to your car, yeah. So you got that's good. That's good mileage.
That was what my
Yeah,
wife
that's good
was,
mileage.
Yeah.
Strava's like, what? Do you need me to quit recording this workout? Like, what are you doing? We don't understand.
Well, I will say last thing, all joking aside.
Yeah.
A guy named My Sharona texted me afterwards, and he said, it's so good to have you out. A lot of people don't understand that when you get older in age and you're not as physically able as you once were, the community of F3 men becomes exponentially more important. So something we don't all think about, I think, when we're a little bit less wise and younger.
That's a very good point. Because it is true that we find ourselves oftentimes taking a lot of these kinds of things for granted, right? We take, I turned 50 this year. I refuse to say 50. I don't know why. I can't do it. I can't make it come out of my mouth. And there's a lot of things that it's almost like a switch flips, isn't it, Chuck Gilligan? Like it's just something like something. I know you're in perfect health and it's beautiful, but like something happens and like just things start like, well, that didn't hurt before. I guess that's forever. So, it is what it is. But the coolest thing I think about all this is you don't have to take it for granted. You don't have to, be a bystander. You can jump in and get to work. So, Scratch, you mentioned you went to the Bullet over the weekend. I went to Him Camp over the weekend up in Virginia, which was delightful. We did all kinds of man things. There was a lot of running around and man things. So there you go. That was that. What? Anybody else got big? Anything you did over the weekend that's exciting?
We had a Heisenvergence this weekend.
What was that? That's
in remembrance of our boy Heisenberg, who passed away 3 years ago. This past October, 130 PACs, M's, and 2.0s came out for a beautiful day to support the Women's Services Center here in Jacksonville. Awesome.
That is beautiful. I love that.
Yep.
I love that. Money, Gil, anything?
I was out of town this weekend. Got to in line with how important an age F3 becomes. And my father-in-law was mentioning making a new friend and how just crazy that was. Just a friend. It was like, wow.
Like, I don't think it would be that hard, but
yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
It is actually that hard. Yeah.
Yeah. Very true. Balls, anything?
Am I rattling?
No. Hey, how about that?
No woodchucks. Figured it out. No, I was proud to say we had our church harvest party over the weekend, and me and another old F3 guy won the wheelbarrow competition. It's all those bear crawls, comes in
There you
handy
go.
in certain situations. So
Yes, I love it.
yeah, beat all the 20-something-year-olds, and too old.
I will
lads
admit,
and-
I had an FNG come out last week, 22-year-old kid. He's like 6'4". I mean, one of my legs is, his waist kind of thing. I mean, he's just a scrawny running kid. There's something delightfully satisfying. And I think all of us probably in general, but certainly the respects on the call. There's something delightfully satisfying about running and then turning around, running backwards, watching this kid huffing and puffing and going like, why am I a man old enough to be your father with double knee replacement? Why am I smoking you? Why? Move faster. Like, it's the best. I just love that. But I'm a horrible human being. So what are you going to do? Hey, Pax, aside from us shitty chatting and whatnot, right? I don't know if you know this, but we're going live like this because we're in the middle. I say the middle. No, we're not in the middle. We are tailing at the end of the Accelerate campaign. And you say to yourself, Accelerate campaign? I've never heard of such a thing. Well, allow me to remove the rock that you are sleeping under and tell you that this is a time of year when we come and say, hey, look, we're talking about taking things for granted, right? A lot of times guys take F3 for granted. And we just assume, hey, this just sort of happens. Like, well, I don't need to do anything. I need to, it's just a bunch of guys working out a parking lot, right? Like, what contribution do I need to make? Well, you don't have to, right? You can be a taker. That's your business. But there are things that we need to survive. There are things that we need to make things happen. I mean, that's just part of the deal. So we need funds to do that. That's just this stuff thing. I mean, it's a free workout, but the government, I don't know if you know this, they still want you to register as an entity, and they still like to collect things about that. And we sell shirts, and that's life. So stuff has to happen. So with that said, that's why we come to you and say, hey, if you got it in your heart, make it happen, bro. Make it happen. And so while we're in the middle or toward the tail end of this Accelerate deal, Scratch, could you give us an update? What the heck's going on out there?
Happy to. We just finished up week 3, heading into week 4 of Accelerate. And we are 13 donors. To quote Chris Farley in an SNL sketch, that's a baker's dozen for me, Bob, when he has the heart attacks. We're 13 donors away from hitting the goal, guys, which unlocks $15,000. So an anonymous donor, a shadowy enthusiast of F3 said, Scratch, I want to make a gift to F3, but I want you to take that gift and encourage other guys to step up and give something back. Because this gift has been, given to all of us. And so he made a pledge of $15,000. So all you need is 13 donors to sign up as a monthly donor, $25, or maybe just make a one-time gift. Some guys do that, $300. But he said, Scratch, I'm not going to give you this $15,000 matching gift challenge just so guys can give $1 or $3. He's like, I want guys to step up and be generous, and I want to inspire that. So 13 donors away, we unlock $15,000, which means once we unlock that gift, I believe we will, that puts us at $85,000 on our way to the goal of 6 figures of 100. Now, here's what's most exciting. Now, look, if you've been waiting to give, or you've thought, oh gosh, like it's Accelerate time again, I'll get around to it. Look, now's your time. If you're typically the 6 when it comes to generosity and giving to the nation, now's the time to shout, 6 is in. And let me tell you why. Because we hit the goal of $100,000. Almost every member of the SLT is going. Okay, so Doa, can you show what is right there in the middle of your chest?
It's the logo, baby. That's where we rock and roll.
Guess what? We decided to do something a little more semi-permanent, and if we hit the goal of $100,000, almost every SLT member. Does anyone remember the 40-year-old virgin, Steve Carell?
Like Kelly Clarkson?
And they were just ripping the chest hair. Yeah, it's going to be like that. All of us are going to get the F3 logo waxed into our chest, and we're going to film it, and we're going to stream it for you guys.
Whoa, time. Is that why we replaced Tackle with Moneyball? Because Moneyball actually has hair on his chest and Tackle did not? Is that okay? Well, who knew?
We went to the
Not only is he a
bullpen.
talented IT genius, he
Yep.
also has a heavy chest.
We went to the bullpen and said, give me the righty. Make the call, give me the righty. So Moneyball's in. But we're going to be streaming that. And I mean, again, wax logo F3 into
Oh
the
my
chest.
gosh.
So just
Will
in
we
time
also
for
be-
the yeah.
No, I would say, will we also be selling the templates so that other men could wax their chests if they so desired?
I mean, with a gift of maybe a one-time gift of $25, you
Hey,
get
there we go.
a plastic
God.
like Mylar sort of template. You could use it for spray paint a Cindy after too. It's multiple use.
Oh,
So,
there you go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
So,
seeing
boys,
something-
call your
yeah.
estheticians. Get yourselves squared away on that, and get ready to wax your chests.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Calling it the hashtag Miyagi challenge because the wax goes on and then the
Oh,
wax
there we go.
goes off. Wax
There
on,
we go.
wax off. So, again, guys, to close out the update, 13 more donors. 13 more donors unlocks $15,000 to go help plant more shovel flags and give it away to more men. And then we're on our way to the $100,000 goal. And we look forward to giving you an update at the end of the campaign about where we stand. I believe we're going to hit it and where those dollars are going to go and how your investment is going to help give this thing away at a faster clip than we ever have before. And again, remember, if we hit the big goal of 100,000, we're getting the chest waxed. I'm kind of scared, sort of excited too. So, unless anybody has any other comments about getting your chest waxed, speak now.
Not about the chest wax. I don't remember, Scratch, if we did this already, if we talked about this on this live cut-in or not. But I do recall that we stuck it in the Slack. You mentioned it to me, and I stuck it in the Slack. And like when we talk about the things that we're raising money for, and sometimes guys go like, "Well, okay, for what?" Well, look, first of all, I don't even own a boat, so it ain't for my boat payment. Gilligan owns a boat, but it's paid off because he's very good with money. So don't try and pretend like it's not that, right? Some guys, it's always amazing to me, like how guys think like, well, they must be, maybe they're misusing the funds. If we're doing it, I wish someone would tell me where so I could get in on that action because I am woefully behind on how much money I should have made by now through F3 because it has been nothing, right? So that said, but we mentioned in Slack last week, I think it was, like one of the things that we have dedicated some money to and that we're looking to raise more money to have the ability to do on an even bigger scale next year is we have started running an ad campaign. That was one of the things that we put out there, right? Is that's what we're doing. We're putting money to do that. And as of this may be as of last week, so it may have even gone up since then, but we have only, I don't remember how much money we've spent in doing this. And so
actually, full transparency, it's actually a little bit over $11,000. But before Helmet reads these stats, I want you to guys to know that our cost per conversion is $3.86. And that is a third. That is a third of the national average. A third of the national average is the cost per average conversion for $3.86 to potentially change a man's life.
So what does that mean? That means, that means a guy sees the message that we're putting out there, and we don't have to pay as much to get him to click. Essentially, we don't have to, put it in front of a guy that many times or whatever. The message is resonating. Essentially, is what it kind of means, right? Is that a guy sees that and he goes, "Yeah, you know what? I am sick of being fat. I am sick of being less. Right? It's time for me to take control of my life and accelerate." Like that's what guys are seeing, and it's resonating. And so, yes, we spent 11, but you know what? And this maths, if it costs $3 per conversion, then that makes sense because, well, here's what we've seen. This one made me like really do a double take. I didn't understand, right? Based on that money that we spent to do this ad campaign, 1.3 million. That's like Dr. Evil, right? 1.3 million individuals have seen an F3 ad. Now, granted, I know some of them are us. I've seen several, right? So, and I count in that, but I didn't click because, hey, I kind of already know about it. But out of that 1.3 million, 32,000 guys did click. And out of that 32,000, 3,000 submitted their information, and not just like a passing interest. It's like you got to put your phone number and your email and all and your name and all that kind of stuff in there, right? And what that does then is it enters them into kind of our marketing funnel. They get an instant email back. And all that stuff is, that's stuff we pay for as well, right? But it gives them an instant email back. We put them in the marketing funnel, and then it hits them with like, I can't remember what the timing is, but like in a couple of days, this is like, hey, made it to your first workout yet? If you have, tell us your F3 name, and then they put their F3 name there. And then it says like, hey, have you, and then we give them to other, and also we turn their name over to the local guy, in the region where they are, and say, hey, love this dude, and pull them in, right? If you haven't been doing an F3 workout yet, hey, here's some more about F3. Like, here's presents them with a little information about, like, a little video, like, oh, watch this because here's the transformation story. This is how this is changing men's lives, that kind of thing. So if you start thinking about it, yeah, we spent some money. Yeah. Why? Because 3,000 dudes. 3,000 dudes. That's like, let's think about that. So, carry the one. That's like what, 7, 8 new regions getting launched? Yeah, average-ish numbers, right? And we're still clicking along, boys. 2 new workouts a day, a new region every week. And some of it's because of the things that we're doing like this to let men know about who we are, what we're about, and that kind of thing. And we're drawing them in. This is the time, and I don't want to sound weird, but this is a time of gathering. That's what we are doing. We are gathering men because the fight for virtue is real. It's real, and it's only going to get won if men like us let other men know, train their leadership, and continue to spread it and give it away. Sorry, Scratch. I didn't mean to take so much time there, but
No, you didn't, man. The only thing I would add to that is that's beautifully said. I mean, if you have given to F3 in the past, this is what you're a part of. We've never had the financial resources to ever even try,
Sure.
even imagine anything like this. This is brand new. But as we think about how we're going to grow F3, again, 2, 3, 4, 5x more over the next 10 to 15 years than we did the first 10 to 15. I mean, these investments are having an ROI. I know a lot of people out there think about return on investment. Well, when I think about the ROI and my charitable giving, look, I'm taking my executive director hat off. I'll take it off completely. This is Pax John Horton Hair. When I think about the return on investment of charitable gifts that I choose to make, I can't think of anything better than F3. And we're just getting started. So I want you guys to know, if you have given, that you're sowing good seed and we're having a tremendous ROI. And if you're thinking about giving, then you just have 3,000 more reasons to go ahead and jump in the mix. So with that, Helman, I'll turn it back over to you, and maybe
no, I appreciate that.
Whatever we want as we close here.
And I don't know if anybody has like kind of any final thoughts that they want to throw in there, but I do have one other thing I want to share. If nobody has anything else, but guys, any thoughts? What's kind of rattling around in there right now, other than the sexy Alex Baldwin chest hair thing?
Well, my only thought is, kind of the reason why I give back to the nation. I remember where I was, when I started this 6.5 years ago. It didn't take me much to EH me because I was ready. I knew I needed something that I didn't have. And some guys are like that. Some guys are ready. Some guys that may take a text message. Some guys who get off the signs, if you're posting a sign at the, local Saturday workout, and guys come up and see it and they scan the QR code, whatever, they come in. And some guys just need more visibility. Some guys need more. They need a text. They need to be hit from a bunch of different angles. So, I'm here to support, to get the guys, no matter how much, what it takes. Cause I know there's a lot more guys out there that need this. And we just have to be able to reach them however we can reach them, whether it's a text message or some street sign, Google ad, or whatever it takes. Some of that stuff isn't cheap. It costs a little bit of money. So, I mean, it's had a profound impact in my life. It's going to have a profound impact on other people. We got to find them.
Hi. Anybody else want to throw anything in there? Don't have to, but.
Yeah, I'll say something. I know F3, we gather in the gloom. It's word of mouth is fantastic. I'm here because somebody EH'd me. And I just want to say, we're going after the guys that aren't here yet. And I just want to thank all the guys that planted flags to get it out here to Boise, Idaho, all the way from Charlotte, all the way out here. I meant to go over these numbers. Our website a day hits about 2,000 clicks a day. The number one location, the number one page people look for is locations. The number two page, was about a quarter of all visitors, is start here, where to start. And so we're building a capacity of guys outside of that word of mouth, and who can we reach even more. And it's very telling to me that our third most popular page is the start here page.
Yeah. Guys want to know, again, taking it for granted or not. And, after I just, in November, I will have closed the door on my 11th year of doing F3, right? So I'm finishing up year 11. I got a lot of friends that I wouldn't have. I know guys who wouldn't be here, wouldn't be alive. Some of them, if not for F3. And part of the reason that we're making this push and doing the things that we're doing is because, candidly, men, I don't know. I'm not trying to be like some kind of Nostradamus weirdo, whatever kind of a thing, or anything like that. But I can tell you this, and that is that even if the end of the world is not coming tomorrow, well, so far as I know, I haven't gotten a note, right? No one's told me. But the end of some man's world might be, and I think a lot about, even if they're still alive, just how it felt to be a hollowed out shell of a man. And I don't ever want to go back there, and I don't want any other man on the planet to have to feel that. It's just a terrible feeling. It's a terrible, terrible feeling. And we have something by bringing men into community with one another and unlocking their potential and purpose, to save them, to make massive impact on the communities that they live in, because they would make a massive impact in their families. And the direction that the family goes is the direction the community goes, and the direction the family goes is based on where the father goes. That's facts. Statistically speaking, right? There's always an anomaly, sure, but that's facts. So I appreciate you guys sharing your why too. That's really powerful. And I really sincerely appreciate that. I did want to read one quick thing before we kind of close it up, if it's okay. A guy named Racket, who, honestly, I don't remember where he's from, if I even knew. I came in on the website, but he wrote a little something that I want you to hear. This isn't from the SLT. This isn't from, this isn't a plant or anything like that. This is some guy who just donated, right? That's what he did. So he gave, and then he wrote this. He says, F3 isn't just about the workout, though the beatdowns are legit. It's about showing up when it's hard. In my professional life as a senior AI engineer, there's a job you wouldn't have had 5 years ago, right? As a senior AI engineer, I solve complex problems, optimize algorithms, chase ROI metrics. But there's something fundamentally different about the accountability of looking another man in the eye at 5:30 a.m. and knowing he showed up too. The Accelerate event represents what F3 does best: investing in leadership multiplication. Interesting way of looking at it. When I think about ROI, since we were just talking real estate finance, F3 has the highest return I've ever seen. $0 to join, no membership fees, no barriers, and infinite output. Men becoming better fathers, husbands, leaders, community members. Compounding growth. Every PAX who posts plants seeds for other men. So this is from Racket's point of view, right? He says, donating to Accelerate means funding the infrastructure that allows this movement to scale. It's about ensuring that guys in Austin, maybe he's from Austin, that makes sense, and beyond, have access to free, peer-led workouts that transform lives. There's something special about RAO, presumably they're in Austin. We push each other physically, but we also challenge each other to be better in all areas: our families, our faith, and our communities. The conversations during the COT have shaped how I approach leadership at work and how I show up at home. That's honestly what I would hope for every man breathing. We need every swinging Richard in the fight. We hope that you'll join us. This is probably the last of our live check-ins with regard to Accelerate, although we may do them again in the future at some point for some reason. But men, please, if it's in your heart to give. Hopefully, if you can do it monetarily, fantastic. But hopefully, you'll spend more of your time and energy and effort in addition to that, given to the men that show up with you every morning at 5:15 or 5:30, whenever that time is, right? And putting all of your heart and your soul into unlocking and loving a brother into that next phase where he can become the man that he is destined to become. That is my hope. And so I hope you join us in that. All right, boys.